the woman accidentally noticed. Her daughter stopped crying in the secretary's arms, as if the secretary was her real mother. At first she did not take it to heart, but 6 years later, when she tried to register her daughter for school, the principal told her her household registration and marriage certificate were fake, and the system showed the girl's parents were actually her husband and the secretary. Then the woman finally remembered 6 years ago, her husband suddenly brought home a child from the welfare home, saying with this child, his parents would no longer force her to take medicine. Back then the woman thought this child had saved her marriage and love, so for 6 years, she treated the child as her own, never realizing the secretary had secretly visited several times, until 6 years later, when she went to enroll the child in school, she learned the truth. She had been deceived by her husband all along, so she decided to go home and confront him. But just as she reached the door, she overheard a heartbreaking conversation. It turned out the person who married her husband was really the secretary. Instantly she felt her heart shatter. All along she was the only one who saw him as her one and only, while in his heart, he had already broken his promise. Utterly disheartened, she immediately called her grandfather, saying she wanted to return home. He was overjoyed. She asked for 7 more days, and when she returned, her husband gently pulled her to the dining table, saying he had spent the whole morning cooking for her. His sincere smile stirred a faint warmth in her heart. She wanted to ask him about the marriage certificate, but at that moment, the secretary called. He quickly made an excuse and left, unaware that she quietly followed him, and at the hospital, she overheard an even more devastating truth. The secretary was pregnant with his child again. Seeing their affection, tears streamed down her face. Heartbroken, she pulled off her wedding ring and tossed it into the trash. Then a text came from her husband, saying he was going on a business trip for a few days, and promised a big surprise when he returned. She coldly replied, when he came back, she would also have a surprise for him. A few days later, he returned with flowers and a smile. Seeing his fake face, she felt only disgust, but he ignored her strange demeanor and told her to change clothes, because he had prepared a surprise. When she stepped into the decorated banquet hall, she saw the 99 love letters he had once written her. She could not help feeling moved, but just as he leaned in for a loving kiss, a bright light interrupted them. The secretary entered hand in hand with her daughter. The woman instantly knew she came with ill intent. The daughter gave her a gift, with the word free gift written boldly on it. Her heart shattered completely. This was the child she had raised for 6 years. The secretary pretended to apologize, saying she did not realize the real bracelet was in the girl's hand. Then she tried to remove the one she was wearing. The woman could no longer hold back, and fled in tears to the bathroom. When she came out again, she stumbled upon her husband and the secretary in an intimate moment. Yet even then, she did not expose them, because she was about to leave anyway. Later the husband specially made a huge wedding photo and gave it to her, but secretly the secretary urged the daughter to step on a waiter's foot. The heavy photo frame instantly toppled over. The husband rushed to protect his daughter, while the woman was struck hard on the head by the falling frame.